Hello, my name's Alison and I'm on the community team at the Heath Business and Technical Park over in Runcorn. Today I just wanted to show you how to make a cover for a self-watering pot. Let me just take this cover off. It's supposed to look like a tree and this parsley is the top of the canopy. Let me take this off and I'll show you. This was the self-watering pot. I've had to take the water out because if not it would spill all over, and I am a little bit accident prone, maybe more than a little. Water in the bottom, plant in the top. This is an upturned bottle top, if you like, with a thick piece of felt soaking the water from the bottom up to where it needs, where the roots need the water. But you might not want that on your window ledge, so here's how to make the cover. What a mess. Look at this state. Okay, what you need in order to make this cover is a piece of card that's been cut to the right height of your container. The length doesn't matter because it's going to wrap round, but just remember you don't need to paint all of it. So here, let's shove that there. If it will behave and stay. Here I've just marked it because all of that isn't needed, so I'm just going to put, I'll show you what I mean. That is to remind me, don't go there, Alison. Okay, all I'm going to use is, I have a selection of brushes. These are my own teeth I'm using, but you wouldn't know it. A selection of brushes, green and brown paints, maybe a bit of white, and never use black. It's too severe. And I always have 2 lots of water, one for a quick rinse, one for a final rinse, and good old kitchen roll or toilet paper. Let's crack on. So first of all, you're going to take your brush for a walk. We are painting the tree. And all trees are different, so there's no right, there's no wrong. I'm going to use sort of a medium brown to start off with. And these are the bobbly roots. This is just so that, okay, and I might just take my brush for a walk up there. And as I get higher up, I'm lifting my brush so that I get a lighter tone. Again, more little roots here maybe. I don't even need to draw this, do we? We just, with a pencil. Twisting my brush seems to work as well. Twisty, twisty, twisty. You take those branches wherever you want to go. You're just giving an idea at the moment. Okay. Add some more. I think I'll add some darker now. Okay. I'm happy about that. Underneath here, where the shade is, I think I'll have the light coming from this side. This is going to be the darkest side, and I'll just add some little branches up here, just a quick. Now I don't need to draw in every single branch because the big cheat here is we're going to add foliage over the top. Look at that for a brush. I'm just putting a hint of, and I'm not going to scrub it sideways. Think of the way that a tree grows. I'm adding different shades of brown. That's a darker one there. This is going to have a very knobbly bark, this one. So I'm just going wiggledy-wobbledy from the bottom. There we go. Might not even use all of my browns. Fatten that bit out there. Trying to do a bit of a wiggle. This side be darker. Underneath would be darker. I'm going to use a thinner brush, I think, because it's like painting with a masonry brush, that. Right, let's have another little go. Better. It really, really is a very, very hint of branches and little tiny twigs, because on top of every little clump of twigs we're going to put a few blobs of greenery. Nothing tricky so far. I'm going to just, you can layer it on. I might have, do you know what I might do? I might just add a little owl hole there, because that is something I've discovered on my lockdown walks. Little baby owl and its mum. But we've seen it, but we're not going to overdo it because that's not fair. Okay, we are getting there. Don't overdo it. Don't kill it with love. Overkill it with love, which is what I tend to do. Okay, that'll do. I could go on and on and on. In fact, look at me, I just will go on and on because I just fancy that side being a little bit darker. I'm also rushing, do you know why? Because Neil, my cat, is asleep on my right hand side. He's due to want to wake up and want fussing over in a minute. My husband is due back from his weekly golf. He will want me to be interested in the post-mortem of every single hole, and I'm a dutiful wife. So, right, enough. Green. Now, when you think about, let's choose the middle green first of all. When you think about the canopy, these are, I'm just going to dab it there, okay. These leaves are spreading out, and the twigs at the end you can't see because they're covered in these leaves. Now up at the top is where I want it to meet my parsley. So, just dabbing it on. It's the fun bit. And I'm sort of going across, 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 because leaves tend to do that. They tend to spread out so that every single one can see the sun. I love it when you look up, when you're in the woods and you look up and you think, wow, how do they all know how to space out evenly? And it's that fight for life, isn't it? Let me see the sun. We all need a bit of sun. Make that vital vitamin D under our skin. I might go back to my thick brush here. Otherwise, you'll all have to listen to the golf post-mortem. I wouldn't put you through that. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. I'll thicken up some of those. It's moving as I talk. But look, children of any age, adults, we can all do this. It's for us. Doesn't have to be perfect. The act of just getting your paints out is brilliant. I love it. Maybe a few little leaves falling down there. Let's put, I've just put some darker green on there. Think of underneath where the light can't get to maybe as easily. Whereas those lighter ones on the top, they're lucky beggars. They're the top of the canopy. That's a bit blank there, so I think I'll just pretend there's some twigs in there. Right, don't overdo it, you can come back to Alison. And then, a bit more dark green underneath. Really get those dark bits in there to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. Wherever you can. Might even have a little bit of moss growing up the tree. There. And then, think of, flick upwards like that. Because this is going to be the grass around the bottom. And little bits in there, miss a bit, go along a bit. This is your artwork, not anybody else's. So you enjoy it. It's called artistic license. I'm using acrylic paints, by the way, because well, you can water them down. It's a new discovery to me. I always used to do watercolours, but acrylics, really, really like them. Now, I could go further. I could add, I could always add yellow into the lighter bits, blue into the darker bits, but I think that's just fine for now. I'm just not quite happy with that little bit there. I think he just need to be Don't kill it, Alison. Steady. Right. Enough is enough. It's still wet, but here we go, folks. Rather than look at a plastic bottle, if you wrap that round and seal it with a piece of sellotape, you have got your own self-watering pot. Okay, hope that's helped. I hope you're staying busy. Busy is the answer. Stay grateful, stay busy, and stay well. Bye for now. Thank you. Bye-bye.